You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Black and white sports fans, I am sick and tired of this anti-American sentiment that is really coming from the American left. They hate this country. They really, really do. They made it pretty clear. And when it comes to sports, when Colin Kaepernick started kneeling for the national anthem, it started to grow. It expanded out of the NFL and really kind of took off in the Marxist NBA of China. Inside of that bubble, ladies and gentlemen, we saw about 90% of every player in that bubble kneel for the national anthem. I found it to be very, very disrespectful. And now, guys, you actually have an American comedian right now that is trashing the playing of the national anthem at sporting events. Now, guys, this has been a tradition at sporting events for over 100 years. And it all kind of started with war. World War I, World War II. World War II is when the NFL started playing the anthem to honor the country. Because, guys, there has been thousands of patriotic Americans that died for this country. Going back, all the way to the Revolutionary War to the modern times now. But Jon Stewart just thinks it's a weird ritual to play the national anthem at sporting events, whether it's basketball, football, baseball, He doesn't like it because he thinks it's weird. But I'm not surprised that somebody like him would say this. If he said something like this 20 years ago during 9/11, I'm pretty sure the media would be crushing him, both the left and the right. But now, guys, we're in woke times right now where our traditions are under attack. You see here, Jon Stewart bashes the playing of the national anthem before sporting events. Such a weird ritual. Here's a clip here of Jon Stewart. And they were kind of talking about, Mark Cuban actually stopped playing the national anthem last season. And even the Marxist NBA of China said, well, that's going too far. You got to play it. And now there's a law in place that if your team actually accepts state money, you have to play it. Now, I don't believe that any of these franchises should be getting money from the state, but I digress. Let's go ahead. Let's play this clip here and listen to what Jon Stewart had to say.
Ask him about why he stopped playing the national anthem and specifically why nobody noticed that happened. It just went on. He stopped playing it and no one cared for like months.
I didn't even realize that. When did that happen?
Beginning of the 2020-2021 season.
Do you think he did it after the Porzingis trade? He just felt like, I've ripped off the Knicks, now I got to lay low? Do you think that's how it all came about?
See, I would have thought that not playing the national anthem is not laying low. I think that's being very loud, especially in the times that we're in now. But nobody noticed until one person noticed and then snitched to the media.
Yeah.
And it was like a whole big thing where they forced him to play the national anthem again.
Does anyone know when that started? Playing the national anthem before games? It's such a weird ritual.
You just heard him. He said it's a weird ritual.
Great question.
It is definitely a modern thing. I don't think people realize that.
I've always thought about when Kaepernick took the knee and the whole thing was like, you got to stand for the anthem. Now I imagine in living rooms, guys are getting nachos ready and the wings, and then the anthem comes on and they all just have to.
That's how you do it.
But why is that? That when the anthem comes on, you only have to stand if you're there, but the transitive principle through the television, if it's through the television, you can do whatever the fuck you want. You could take a shit during the national anthem as a patriot. But if you're at the stadium, there's a whole regimen that you have to go through.
It's for show, and you better take that hat off. Because standing's not enough. You got to take the hat off too. And I'm looking.
Where you're in the middle of the anthem, and then all of a sudden you're like,
okay. I've had enough of this guy. This is very, very disrespectful, man. Extremely disrespectful. It is not a weird ritual. How is it weird to stand up for a minute or so to honor your country? I don't see anything wrong with that. And he's saying if you're at home, you don't have to stand up. That's true. That's just the way it is. When you're at home, you can do whatever you want. Even at the stadium, when you're actually listening to the anthem live, you don't have to stand up, but it is respectful to stand up because you're honoring your country. And if there's one thing that isn't really supposed to be political, it's the national anthem. There is nothing wrong with honoring your country, Jon Stewart. Standing up, taking off your hat. It's part of tradition. Now, how did God Bless America actually end up getting into baseball? Because during the 7-inning stretch, they now play God Bless America. Why did that start? It started because of 9/11. 9/11 happened and they started singing God Bless America. And for the past 20 years, they have been playing that as well as the national anthem. Does Jon Stewart think that's weird that MLB sings God Bless America? Does Jon Stewart not want God to bless America? This is ridiculous. And check this out, guys. This is a reason why I've kind of really turned off the NBA. This is why I don't watch the NBA. Because of something like this. Remember this? NBA players kneel during national anthem on anniversary of September 11th attacks. I remember this crystal clear. All these players here wearing Marxist names on their shirt, Black Lives Matter, kneeling for the national anthem, celebrating criminals, while at the same time, on 9/11, you actually had military personnel. I don't know if you guys can actually see this here, but this is an Air Force officer here singing the national anthem. And these Marxist NBA China players are kneeling, being very, very disrespectful, putting a Marxist organization on the court. And I have never returned back. I haven't. I will never go back. I mean, Jon Stewart, do you think it's okay that these players kneel for the national anthem? I guess obviously he does. He doesn't think that's weird. But if you want to stand up and respect your country, he wants you to think that that's some kind of a weird ritual. But guys, I was in the military too, by the way. 8 o'clock in the morning. Morning colors. And if you're on a base, it's just a whistle. The flag raises. But if you're on a regular base, they play the national anthem. Guess what? When you're outside, you stand at attention. Everybody, military, civilians. But if you're inside a building, you don't have to do it. You may be working or whatever. You don't do it. That's just the way it is. But what do you guys think of this? What do you guys think of this idiot Jon Stewart calling the playing of the national anthem a weird ritual? These people on the American left hate you. They hate your traditions. And they want this all to change. Maybe he wants this to be some type of a Marxist utopia. I'm not really sure. But I will continue to stand for the national anthem. I'm proud to stand at the national anthem. I've always done it at every single sporting event I went to. Now, I did play in a college band, so I was actually playing the national anthem at college football games. And I was proud to do it. Extremely proud to represent my country. Extremely proud to play the national anthem. That is what brings us together. But people like Jon Stewart, he just thinks you're weird. Anyway, guys, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to Black and White Sports, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.